Hey, Stephen Yonti here in a private physical therapy clinic because I got encephalitis back in September and haven't been able to do new videos for the Junkyard Crawl. But in the meantime, we figure something's better than nothing. And a lot of people don't realize that we've got something like 330 videos in the channel playlist for the Stephen Yonti YouTube channel. So if you're having withdrawal from no new videos, you can actually check out some of the classics that you might not have seen before. And in the meantime, before we get rolling with this, we're going to run a bunch of heavy-duty truck videos in a string of maybe 10 of them. So every day you'll get a good fix of Mack trucks, Diamond T's, Rios, Peterbilts. Well, no Peterbilts, actually. Those are a little too big for the junkyard. But basically Ford and GMC, even Toro Flow V6 diesels. Crazy stuff. So we're going to run those things in the next several days. So please stay tuned to the Steve Maggs YouTube channel. By all means, give us a thumbs up. And quickly, I want to thank Rick DeBrule and Tyler Hoover for keeping the channel alive in December and January and really stepping up. So thanks, guys. Well, roll the tape. Hey, Stephen Yonti here with another Junkyard Crawl and yet another Dodge LCF truck. We earlier on another video saw the diesel-powered 600. This one is an 800, a C800, and these are what's known as an LCF truck, low cab forward. If you notice, the cab has a round, wrapped around windshield. The crazy thing is that cab, that windshield, was used between 1955 and 1960 on Dodge pickup trucks. Well, in 1961, Dodge totally redesigned their pickup truck family with a more wedge-like and angular design, which was used through 1971. And that would appear on more normal long-nosed Dodge trucks and pickup trucks, again, well into the 1970s for the heavy-duty trucks. But when it came to these LCFs, the low cab forward, which is almost a cab over, but not to be confused with the L-Series true cab over, which looks like the A100 van, think Little Red Wagon. Well, those early cabs saw use until 1975. Now here's the difference, if you can't imagine it. This is the Dodge pickup truck and truck cab that was arrived in 1961 and was used through 71. But this is the cab used on the LCF trucks starting in 1960 and ending in 75. So owners of 55 through 60 Dodge pickup trucks who need a cab or doors or glass can actually rob parts from these heavy-duty LCF trucks, also known as the C series. Now these were built between the C500 and the C1000, each one getting bigger in series. Now this one has the service swing, as they all did, front engine cover. And basically the fender comes out like that. The hood goes up. Let me go around the front here and bang this thing open. But it's worth seeing. This is pretty cool. You talk about service, and there it is. You get full access to the engine. And again, Dodge called this the service swing front hood arrangement. And this one here is not a diesel. Now we saw earlier the 600 series had the Cummins diesel, naturally aspirated. This one here has a big block wedge. This one's a 361. This is similar, but not the same, as the 361 found in a Chrysler Newport or any number of other Mopars. Of course, the 361 would be a 383 in the Roadrunner. There was also a 413 cubic inch version of this thing with a taller deck. But here's the deal. These truck wedges, 361 and 413, have very unique cylinder heads. And if you look here, we can see the head actually has on the end a very tall area and bigger water passages. That stuff there is truck only, as is the water pump. So the only thing usable on this 361 or the 413 tall deck is the block and the crank to a degree. So these are kind of weird, but yeah, that's a gasoline engine in there. And again, these had about 190 horsepower in this 800 series truck. So let's look inside. Maybe we'll take the cameraman, go around the side. And the beauty of the LCF, or low cab forward design, it gives you the maneuverability of a cab over, but with some of the conventional trucks, ride quality. Again, when you sit over the front axle, you're bouncing along with the front wheels, whereas the longer nose gives the driver a better ride. Now, here's a cool thing. The steering wheel on this, the column, is actually articulated. There's a U-joint right here which helps the steering wheel have a normal angle but feed down into the steering box, which is right underneath. Now, another way to access the engine for more serious service is this panel here. This does unbolt, and this can be removed to get to the back side of the engine. Again, it takes about a half an hour to unbolt that stuff, so it's not something you're going to do in 10 seconds. But these are heavy-duty trucks, whereas passenger car Dodges of this period of time had cardboard door panels. These have steel. Look at that, that's crazy. Big old steel door panel on this thing. This one's a 5-speed manual. And again, no power steering on these things. It was all about your arms. But a great example of how Dodge utilized the 1955 cab with the wraparound windshield all the way till 1975, but only on these LCF low cab forward style big trucks. This one here was once a box truck. We go to the tail. You can see this one has about 170-inch wheelbase. These things were available for anywhere from 120 to 200 inches in wheelbase, so this one's right in the middle. Probably had a box or maybe a flatbed on it at one point in time. So that's the story of the LCF, or low cab forward, Dodge truck line. And again, this cab right here, if you have a 55 through 60 Dodge pickup truck, don't overlook these heavy-duty Dodge trucks, because this cab you can use for restoration or to even replace your rotted cab. So that's the story of these puppies. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the Steve Bernardston YouTube channel.